Hello and welcome. This is my famous brother Walter.
Yes, it's me.
Who cross stitches.
I'm really in this room. I'm in front of the wall right now.
Maybe it's a blue screen. Maybe we just...
Well, I guess it could be, but well, that's not my problem.
And he has a cross stitch to show you. He has a finish.
Yes. I was going to make the joke that I wasn't sure if I loved you enough to take it off the frame, but it's done. So I guess I do love you that much.
Love me.
Because it's just this easy. See, it's this
Here, I'll hold this side.
giant thing here. Yeah, so full coverage. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. 10 years.
I was just going to say, when 10 years ago you started this?
Yeah, I think it's almost 11, or maybe it was 9 and it's almost 10. Anyway, forever. Yeah.
I'll have to edit in. I'll get a picture of us at the river
Okay.
as kids.
I've got just the picture.
Okay.
Wait, I'll have to
Yeah,
check.
tell 'em.
Now, I had to sign that disclosure that I would not talk about certain topics while I'm on the podcast. I'll have to make sure that the picture I'm referencing is not on the list, but if it's not, I'll provide
Yeah,
it.
I have a lawyer.
Yes.
Okay, so explain to him what it is.
Okay, it's a topographic map. For all of you girls out there, you're like, what did he do? And all the guys are like, oh, that's a topographic
That's so
map.
cool.
But
There's some girls out there who are into maps.
okay, yeah, so that's what it is. The elevation is along here. The bottom is the legal description. It's boring, but I put it on there to amuse me. And then the red outline is a piece of, is a piece of property.
What property? What?
Well, the only one that matters to me. Anyway, it's this vacation property that we had since we were little.
And my dad
Been up there
owns.
forever.
That my dad bought.
Yeah.
And it's how many acres is it?
It's 80 acres because it's 1
80
acre wide
acres.
and 80 acres long.
Really?
Which is like
I didn't know that.
super not helpful, but that way.
But it's half of a homesteading.
It's okay. So this guy, he got 1 square away from the federal government, I guess, and so it's a full square, but it's like half of the
160 acres, 140
Something
acres
like
is a
that.
homesteading plot thing.
So he got the square away, and then so it's like half because he wanted the river, and the square line is right where the river is. So he talked him into the south half of 1 square and the north half of the other.
Oh, serious?
And then he sliced it up into 8 narrow slices so that all the property owners would get a piece of the river.
Okay.
So yes, this is our little slice of paradise.
Strawberry River.
Yeah. Anyway.
And what's this right here?
That is the river itself. That's beading that represents the river. And then there's some other beading you'll see for that is not, what do they call it when it doesn't run year round? It's perennial. I can't remember. There's a fancy word for it.
Like a dry riverbed that only
Yeah,
has
like
water
a
in it
stream that
sometimes?
occasionally flows. There's a few of those on there too. Yeah.
And is this the location of the cabin that burned down? Or your current cabin?
No, that's the cabin that burned down because when I was in junior high, I was, I got sent away to labor camp where Dad and I dug for a week solid all day long.
I remember that.
We only got a break for lunch, and then we dug all the foundation holes. And then when I was in college, he got around to actually building it, which was perfect because I was a stage technician, so I could climb anything. I had no fear of heights. I knew how to use a power drill. So yeah, we were good times. But then here comes the Dollar Ridge fire, burned it down.
Burned it right
Burned
down.
it to the ground.
Melted it.
Smoking hole in the ground. So yeah, so that's but
That is so cool.
for the map is zoomed out far enough that that's the spot. It's fine. Whichever way you want to think about it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's zoomed out far. It's small enough that probably encompasses
Yeah.
every little tiny shed we have there. Huh?
Yeah. Yep. And
it looks
for
so
those of
good.
you who are curious and feeling bad about it, we have started to rebuild, but so far it's what I call a glorified shed is what's up there, but that's fine.
And I've promised to come up there this summer
What?
to go visit. Yes.
What?
Yes, to come and see it again. I haven't been up there since the cabin burned down.
Yeah. Anyway, crazy talk, but if she wants to, I'll do it.
I'm coming. I hope you're ready. I'm coming.
I'm ready. I am ready. There's air conditioning up there now, so
Okay, I can come now.
Yeah.
It's a bathroom and air conditioning. I can come.
Yep. So, just like on the host, now everybody knows our business because they've seen the map.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to come after us.
Yeah.
So what are you going to start next?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm in recovery from the full coverage 10-year project. This is not my first cross stitch. The first one I started on my honeymoon with my wife.
Who also cross stitches. My
Yes.
sister-in-law, Juliana.
And
Beautiful cross stitcher.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story because she brought it to, and so we're just sitting there and she's cross stitching. I'm like, oh, that's cool. What's that? She's like, oh, it's called cross stitching. Like, oh, I think my sister did that once. That looks interesting. Is it fun? And she's like, yeah. You want to do one? And I'm like, sure. So she roots around and just the stuff that she brought with her on this trip at the hotel and pulls out enough fabric and a pattern and all the floss I needed. And I started. It was like what's it called when there's a big pattern book and they have the big pattern and then little patterns that are kind of in the same family.
Mm-hmm.
So she had enough stuff for me to start one of the smaller patterns to the big pattern that she was doing. That one also took me 10 years to finish because I completely forgot about it. And then so it's like 10 years later and I'm like, hey honey, do you remember that cross stitch I started forever ago and we haven't seen it since? She's like, hold on. And she gets up and she goes to the craft room and roots around and she comes back and she means, this one? That's the one. So I finished that one. I've done a couple of others. I will cross stitch again, but oh my gosh, I need a break.
And you did a tote bag.
Yes.
That has the Apple logo on it with all the colors.
Yeah, the old school. It's so back in, I got to talk with my hands.
Okay.
Back in the day when you went to the Apple store to get like an iPad or whatever, they had these cool plastic white bags that had the Apple logo on it. And I got to laughing like, what if they did this back in the Apple II days? So I have a tan linen bag that my wife sewed for me with a drawstring just like the new Apple ones had. And it has the 7-color Apple logo on it that I cross-stitched into it. So yeah.
Because you had an Apple II.
Yeah, I did.
Was that your first one?
Yes.
That
No,
was
the first computer I used was a Commodore PET, but the first one that we owned was an Apple II Plus.
Was that the one that Mom was borrowing from school because she was taking a programming class?
The PET was.
And
The
you
PET
and I were
was.
trying to type in lines of code?
Yeah, because she's a better typist than I'm probably the better typist at this point. But back then, she was definitely the better typist.
To have a test.
Oh, you'll lose.
How many words a minute do you type?
Come on.
You're what?
A programmer.
Oh, I thought you said you're older than me. I'm like, you are not. But you are a programmer. Okay. How many words a minute do you think you
I
type?
haven't tested recently, but it's got to be up around 100 still.
That's about where mine is. Yeah, we're going to have a test.
Oh, well.
But he'll probably beat me. He's my younger brother.
Yes.
Just a little over a year.
Yep.
But we kind of grew up as twins. I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
I only have one other brother who's actually out there right now. He's 4 years older than I am, 5 years older than Walter. So Walter and I got left alone a lot
We did.
to entertain ourselves, and we did a fabulous job.
And I'm thinking of a lot of things right now that are on that list that I
You're not allowed to
cannot bring up, but that's okay. Look at that weather out there. Isn't it an amazing day?
It's dark. You can't see anything. Okay. Anything else you want to tell us about?
Oh, you're supposed to ask me some questions. Like where's my LNS?
Oh, okay. So how many years have you been stitching?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that one. Since
How long have
a
you
long
been
time
married?
ago. Yeah. since the day after I got married. Okay, next question.
Which is like 30-something years, because I'm
Yeah.
38, so you got to be like 34, 35. Okay.
Long time.
What's your LNS? Your local needlework store?
I've got this great deal where it's the room next to the room I sit in when I'm cross stitching because my wife stocks everything and it's all in these little bins labeled and everything. So I'm like, hey, I need a floss color. Let's go and pull out the bin. Hey, look, here's one already on a bobbin. So,
What's your favorite fabric to work on?
linen. I think linen is my favorite.
Really, you like
Yeah,
linen?
I
Is
do.
this-
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even say that.
Oh my goodness, we did not say what we
Oh,
stitched it
gosh.
on.
What
Oh.
did you stitch this with? On?
Well, I don't know.
It's linen. I can tell that.
I don't know what it was. I'm not that prepared.
Looks like 32 count linen. And was it DMC floss?
Yes,
Yes, you know.
yes. And I made the pattern myself using
Yes.
Max Stitch, I think
From
is what it's called.
from a plat map? From
Yeah,
a
yeah, Topo Quad, 7.5 minute Topo Quad. I just got one online and and then turned it into a cross stitch pattern, cleaned it up a little bit, picked colors that were.
So you're a
I
designer.
did a floss toss. Yes.
What's the name of your design company?
Oh no. We'll say my design company is Johnson and Sons.
If you're interested in buying this pattern,
it's not
let
for
us
sale.
know. It's
You
not
can't
for
have it.
sale.
You can't have it. For $1 bajillion, I'd make one of your property.
Bajillion.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else am I supposed to ask you?
Like what I watch when I cross stitch.
Oh, what do you watch when you cross stitch?
Well, I tend to watch my hands because I tried watching something else and the cross stitch turned into a Rorschach ink blot test. So I like to watch my hands when I cross stitch.
Okay, what do you like to listen to when you're cross stitching? Not looking at.
I listen to whatever my wife's got running at the moment. That's what I listen to when I'm cross stitching.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you have pets?
Yes, yes, and there is a
Pet
bunch of
hair?
pet
Is there
hair
pet
embedded
hair
in
in
there.
this?
I'm sure of it.
But
Yeah.
look at the back.
We have a little dog,
The back looks as good as the front.
but it is not guild quality. I'm
Well,
sure.
neither is mine.
Well, says the guild member. Oh,
That's
you're
why
not
I
supposed to say that.
never enter anything in the fair. Just don't do it. I
Yeah,
don't need that.
yeah.
Children. You have 4 children.
Yes, yes.
Girls.
All
all
4 girls. And yes, I still own the house.
Yay.
Yay.
Do they all 4 cross stitch?
I think
Jessica
so.
and Veronica do. Shanessa does.
Yeah,
So does
yeah.
Alyssa?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
they all
just said their
cross stitch.
names. Hopefully
Yeah.
you were okay with that.
Oh well. Where was my list of things not to talk about? Oh well.
I sent that
it's
to you.
her show.
I emailed it to you.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
okay.
did.
Okay. I guess I got to talk to my people. They're no good.
We only live, I don't know, 15 minutes apart, and we never see each other.
It's true. It's true. And you probably have an idea why now.
We need to get together and cross stitch some more.
Yes. Yes, we should do that.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
That's a thing.
Okay. Anything else?
I was trying to think of, do I have any other jokes stored up for this moment in my life? I don't think so.
I've
I
been
guess that's
bugging
it.
him for years. When are you going to be on my Flosstube? He said, I'm not ready yet. I need to work out all the jokes first.
Oh well.
The funny things to say.
These are the jokes, people. I'm here all week. They're not getting better. Oh, one other thing I needed to mention.
Okay.
I also am a professional YouTuber.
Oh, yes. Yes, he is. Okay, I laughed, but then I remembered. Yes, you really are. He really is. He really is.
Yeah, because I have recorded YouTubes at work. So technically I was paid to record YouTubes. So that makes me a professional YouTuber.
Oh. And they're about programming?
Well, they're about database stuff, specifically IoT protocols and using a database with IoT stuff. Yeah, so don't try too hard to find it. They're really not that great. But anyway, I just had to get that in there.
I will link that in the description box
Oh,
below
boy.
in case you want to go watch that.
Again, I'm going to have to talk to my lawyer. I've gotten way outclassed here.
Okay, we hope you have a great day, that you get some stitching in, and that you spend some time outside in the trees, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
where we'd rather be, right?
yeah.
Outside in nature somewhere, yep.
Mhm.
All right.
Do them at the same time if you want. It'll be fine.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.